zone. But then by adding Edinburgh and Stonington, those are two new levels of government that will also have to approve that. And so we'll be working with all of those local governments to get this enterprise zone project approved by all levels of government. And then we've got some work to do with the state where we have to get the state to officially sign off and certify it. But once that happens, our goal in all of this is we've got some developers in the county who are ready to utilize the enterprise zone this spring. And so we're trying to do our work here in the winter so that when it's time to do construction this spring, we can really help and make an impact on the businesses who want to grow their businesses here in Christian County.
There was something that you had mentioned to me that I, don't find humorous, but almost, as a real estate agent or a developer, not knowing that this establishment is within the enterprise zone. And now that's we're getting the word out that this is out there. But how, as a prospective business or as a seller, is the enterprise zone not only benefiting somebody that has already sold a property, but now moving forward will continue to benefit somebody bringing in new business to the area?
Right. Absolutely. I mean, it's a tool, and it's a wonderful tool, because what this tool really amounts to is it's the state of Illinois' way of saying, listen, we don't want your sales tax money. We would rather you keep that sales tax money local, and maybe instead of doing, maybe you're able to do more with your project, or maybe you're able to do an additional project because you're not paying sales tax. You're saving the sales tax. It's a tool that the state has developed, and it's used all over the state. There's over 100 enterprise zones all across the state of Illinois, and they're set up to incentivize economic development. And it's a great tool, and you can use it if it's new construction, you can use it. If you're remodeling any of your building material, pretty much anything that's going to be attached to the building could qualify for the sales tax incentives that are in the enterprise zone. And so the state also recently changed the how large your enterprise zone can be. So that gave us more space in Christian County. So we're trying to utilize the amount of space that the state is giving us and applying that enterprise zone into as many places as we possibly can.
And with that talk of new business and bringing it in and the expansion of said enterprise zone, there is some available listings. There's some available lots even currently available here in Christian County. Can we maybe go through some of those available properties?
Sure. So, and one of the newest ones is some folks might recognize in Taylorville on Route 104. There's a property that just got listed that is on Route 104 right next to the Farm and Home, or Big R's. A lot of people remember it. That is, again, this is why we have done the work in the past. This is a property that used to not be in the enterprise zone, but we did a lot of work in 2024, in the spring of 2024, to expand the enterprise zone. That parcel was added to the enterprise zone last year. So now when we have local real estate agents who are trying to sell existing businesses or existing buildings, this is one more tool for our real estate agents to go to potential developers and say, listen, if you buy here, yes, you might get a good deal on the property, but any improvements you make to this property, guess what? It's in an enterprise zone now. Fill out a very simple application with the city of Taylorville, and you won't have to pay sales tax on your building material. And it's one more reason to draw people to Christian County. It's one more reason for our businesses that are already here to save money on expanding their business here in the county.
And now that we've kind of talked about what's available, what happened in 2024 in terms of savings for existing businesses, mm-hmm. which I think is a key distinction from, you're continuing to save if you're within the enterprise zone. It's not just the initial cost. It's not the initial startup. You're continuing to save that money, and also the expansion of it and some additional steps that are needed to finally complete that for you and move forward with it here as we move into the spring and summer. What about 2025? Because I wanted to hit on it a whole lot more in our last conversation. Take me through 2025 and what people should expect.
Yeah, so 2025 is gearing up to be a really good year, and we've got a lot of people that I know are already either in the middle of projects or beginning to do projects. Some of those are projects that people may see. Some are those projects maybe people haven't seen. Probably one of the biggest ones that a lot of folks have seen if you travel to Route 29 is Sloan's new location between Taylorville and Edinburgh, just south of Edinburgh. And Sloan's is working on a 50,000 square foot facility. This will be a fantastic gem in Christian County, just south of Edinburgh. Really excited about this, and the construction is going to continue on with that. But that development then also has spurred additional development in Edinburgh. Midwest Meter is also looking to expand in Edinburgh, and they are ready to move forward on a project this spring. And so that's going to, again, be more construction, more jobs, expanding a business that's already here. We're very excited about that. And in addition to that, we've got down at the Taylorville Airport, We've got Jim Templeton and Temp Aircraft LLC. He's already started construction on a facility there where they're going to be doing aircraft maintenance and aircraft inspections, again, utilizing the enterprise zone. And then, of course, folks, I think also know Starbucks is well underway. That's scheduled to be, as you guys have reported, to be open this summer. Down in Pana, a lot of great things going on down in their downtown area. The city's bought the theater. They're rehabbing the theater. Gaucho Steakhouse well underway. New subdivisions in Assumption. They've got 16 lots now for sale in Assumption, ready for people to build their new home right there in Assumption. And then the latest we learned last week, the bike trail. The bike trail we thought we were going to get in 2024. We're now told we're going to get in 2025. The bridge has been built. And folks might see some preparation work going on for that bridge, but that will then finally connect the lake back to downtown Taylorville and that trail, which is very important, not only for economic development, but just that quality of living that people are looking for when they want to move to a community, live in a community, have things like a beautiful bike trail and run out to the lake on your bike or on a walk.
Absolutely. And we talked a little bit about quality of life in the last go of things. And so I'm excited to see how that will all kind of come together. And Matt, we will take our first break here on the WTIM Morning Show, brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville. Again, Matt Hart, Christian County Economic Development Coordinator, Director, and many other titles for him. You're listening to the WTIM Morning Show on your information station.
Your information station, WTIM.
So you call your virtual insurance company to ask a simple question about your policy, but now you're on hold listening to this music while you wait and wait. Auto Owners works with local independent agents who tailor coverage to meet your needs and pick up the phone when you call, because you shouldn't be on hold so long that you memorize the music. That's simple human sense.
Call me, Casey McClure, at McClure Helberg Insurance for all your insurance needs. 824-2266.
Brian Barnhart here, the voice of the Fighting Illini, inviting Illini Nation to listen for Fighting Illini sports this season on New Country 104.1. From every kickoff during football season to the closing horn of every basketball game, you'll hear them in Christian County and surrounding area on your home for Fighting Illini sports, New Country 104.1. Follow the orange and blue and go Illini.
Brought to you by Prairie Farms Dairy, Bob Ridings Pana, Aaron's Rent to Own, and Adam Jeffrey with Craig's Realtors, both in Taylorville.
This February, show your heart some love at the Christian County YMCA. In honor of American Heart Month, we're waiving our joiner fee for new members if they donate $5 to the YMCA Sustaining Drive. Proceeds will help support YMCA programs and facilities. As a thank you, we'll display a heart with your name in our lobby, celebrating your commitment to a healthier you and a stronger community. Join the CCYMCA today and make a difference, because a healthy heart starts here.
Chip Flory here, inviting you to join the conversation as we tackle the current issues of agriculture every weekday morning at 10:06 on the Talk of Central Illinois, News Talk WTIM. I host AgriTalk, the nation's longest-running interview show dedicated to discussing agriculture issues with the newsmakers and include you in the conversation via our toll-free number. We're here weekdays mornings at 10:06. We are AgriTalk.
Taylorville Care Center can get you back to doing the things you used to do with their personalized therapy program. You'll get great medical care with private rooms to get the therapy you need to return home. And your friends and family can come by and cheer you on in recovery. Whether you've been in the hospital or just need a little help, check out Taylorville Care Center's great therapy program. Stop by or give them a call at 824-9636. That's 824-9636. Taylorville Care Center, caring for the community for over 50 years. Taylorville Care Center's custom therapy program can help you, whether coming from a hospital stay or just need a little help. Find out more by clicking their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Taylorville schools promote student success because Taylorville schools are A+. Superintendent Brandy Bruley here, asking you to find out all we can offer your students by clicking our icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
WTIM.
Back around with the WTIM Morning Show, brought to you by People's Bank and Trust and Landmark of Taylorville. Matt Hart, CCEDC Director, is joining us here this morning. And Matt, we've been talking about 2025. We talked a little bit about 2024, but if we could dive back into 2025 with that, my interest is in that Sloan's facility, 50,000 square foot. That is a massive
huge
undertaking.
Yeah.
And, what are people seeing south of Edinburgh now with the ground being broke, the construction? What do you know about that facility?
Yeah, well, the steel's up, the roof's on. I know the north wall is done, but there are construction workers out there. Again, I know this morning, of course, part of that's weather related this time of year. But this is going to be, it's going to be a showroom for Sloan's. It's also going to be a much larger facility for them to position tractors and combines and implements. And also have their retail shop in there as well, repair facility. But will allow them to do a lot of things that their Taylorville facility was just kind of landlocked. And the short history on Sloan's, the local people will know that's a company that started in Assumption, and great families in Assumption started Sloan Implement. And in fact, when the Taylorville store first opened, it was originally called Sloan's West because it was west of Assumption. And some old timers actually might still call it Sloan's West. But that, times have changed, and Sloan's has obviously grown to a national brand, and it has a network of John Deere dealerships all over North America. And this is going to be one of their marquee facilities. And we're really excited that it's here because it will bring a lot of people to Christian County. It employs a lot of people in Christian County, and these are really good jobs that we have here in Christian County. And just one more reason why Christian County is showing itself as a good place to live and a good place to work.
I was going to say that for me is kind of that big piece there, because if you start locally, you do see a lot of times where a chain expands and all of a sudden the premier location or one of those moves to a different area, or maybe an area that has a larger population or whatever the case may be. But for them to still want to be here and have all the reasons to be here, I think that is a big piece. So I appreciate you adding that at the end. I'd also like to talk a little bit more about that bike trail for those of us that maybe want to get active. And we're expecting it last year. Now it's coming in 2025.
Yes.
Can you talk to me about the quality of life and what it shows also to people that are interested in maybe bringing business here, but also bringing their family here to start their lives?
You hit the nail on the head, the word family. That's what we want in this county. Is we wanted this to be a great place to grow a family, to raise a family. And part of that is providing quality of life, what we call quality of life elements. And those are things like having a vibrant downtown. It's having a great bike path. It's having a trail, to ride your bicycle with your family out to the lake, or to go see the lake. And that's one thing we've been missing for a long time, and we're really excited that that's going to open itself back up in 2025. And when that bridge gets installed, folks will be able to take a nice walk, to take the stroller out there or the jogging stroller, and take your kids out there, get your kids on their bikes, and really utilize that bike path that we have between the city of Taylorville and the lake. Or if you want to ride all the way to Pena, you can ride all the way to Pena on that bike trail. So, but it's very important to quality of life. It's very important because that's what families are really looking for in 2025.
I learned something new. I did not know jogging strollers were a thing, but it makes sense. Maybe you strap the baby in just a little bit more so. And then also the new subdivision in Assumption, because this is something that's unique to me. This also benefits economic development in terms of bringing folks in, giving them a proper home, and also allowing for them to say, this is where I want to be, and this is the location that I want to do. So could we expand a little bit on the new subdivision that's being built in Assumption, and maybe why developers of homes are maybe looking at this area just that much more strongly?
Yeah. So, everybody's got to have a house, right? And when you're trying to attract great families and great workers, you want to have a place for them to live. And we've got some great businesses in Assumption, and we've got some great places to live in Assumption. But as the city of Assumption is actually the ones who got together and said, let's build a subdivision. And so the city really is, city of Assumption is really who's developed this. But it's 16 lots, and you can build a new home there. All the utilities are there, and they're ready to go. Very convenient to anything in downtown Assumption, or for folks that work in Assumption or work in Decatur or work in Payne or work in Taylorville. And that's their goal, is to grow their available housing, and because housing is a key part of economic development. And so Assumption's really excited about these 16 lots they have available, and we encourage people to drive out on just off Route 51 and go take a look at those lots.
Matt, when it comes to the enterprise zone itself, once Edinburgh and Stonington, we get those locked down and taken care of, is that kind of the final piece to the puzzle for the enterprise zone, or do you see it expanding even further than?
No, we're looking. We're already looking at the next steps. We're looking. We're kind of looking north right now, but as soon as we get that done, we're looking south. We're going to look at other areas. We've talked to some folks in Morrisonville. We know there's a possibility to help some folks out in Morrisonville. We of course got the power plant to the west. Some other areas there to the west that we're looking at. But we do have, again, because the state has given us more land that we can put in the enterprise zone, we're strategically looking and where can we add those parcels that will bring developers here or help the businesses that are already here, help them expand their business. And that's what we're working on over the summer and this fall. So no, we're definitely not done. We're going to keep the pedal to the metal.
I did not figure it was the final piece. Just wanted to see kind of where your head was at, and also just trying to get Edinburgh and Stonington completely wrapped up and taken care of. Well, Matt, for questions or information on you, could you provide a little bit of that as we reach our final minute here?
Yeah, absolutely. So folks can always get a hold of us. We're the Christian County Economic Development Corporation. Our offices are on 108 West Market Street or on the second floor of the U.S. Bank building. They can call us. They can text us. Either way, our number is 217-565-2280. Again, that's 217-565-2280. You can always email us at edcchristiancounty@gmail.com. We also encourage you to go to our website, which is really easy. It's just christiancountyedc.com. If you search for Christian County Economic Development Corp, you'll find us there. But we're here to serve the community. We're here to serve businesses. We're here to serve the businesses that aren't here yet. And just really excited as we head into 2025. It's going to be a good year.
And I think so as well, because now that we've turned to 2025, we can wrap things up here today on your WTIM morning show here on your information station.
The Big 870 WTIM Assumption Taylorville, 96.1 W241 CF Taylorville, 107.5 W298 CD Shelbyville, 107.9 W300 EH Payne and Nokomis.
Amit Thomason. And now there are three. A third federal judge has blocked President Trump's executive order ending birthright citizenship for the children of people in the U.S. illegally. Undeterred by lawsuits and threats of lawsuits, President Trump's drive to cut government waste and reduce spending rolls on.